Nova's capture or not capture the flag. King of the Hill on recharge first, and then we'll go over to James's, and we'll see how much time we got after that. Welcome back, everybody. I took a week off because I was in Florida. Appreciate everybody being patient with me on that. Oh, this will be an interesting. Wait, you lost this one though. Did I get the right one?
I don't believe we lost. Oh, we did lose.
Okay.
Hold on, let me check.
I mean,
We won that.
I'd rather go over the one you lost. This is the first one I could find, a King of the Hill.
I think it was Strongholds that I wanted you to do. I don't know. Just do this one.
All right, we'll do this one. Because I think King of the Hill is one that you had asked about before. Anyway, it looks like your team had one slacker, but and they had one guy who's excelling, because that's just the way that this matchmaking is going to work, which is awesome. You had a nice amount of shot. Yeah, you just didn't shoot his BR. That's wonderful. 666. Yeah, you weren't going to beat that.
Yeah.
But you. Jesus, who's this guy? Wonder who that is. I'm just kind of looking at your stats compared to everybody else's. Just I want to see if you're under or overperforming to everybody else, just to get an idea there. And it looks like you're. I mean, you belong in this match just as much as everybody else. So, except for the one guy, he kind of looks like he's slack, but that's all right. 21 deaths, damn.
No, it's not. It's not all right. Give me teammates, bro.
Give me better teammates. All right. Oopsies, sorry.
King of the Hill.
All right, so let's get this. So what I'm gonna be looking for in this is just your positioning on each of the hills, like how you're playing for it, and on each of the hills. So this, let me go over the each of the hills. Let me go over kind of like what a setup's gonna kind of look like, and how you would rotate depending upon what's going on. And so if I pull up this, you can see this, right?
Yep.
Okay, so these are all the hills that you're gonna eventually have in the game. You got the first hill, second, third, fourth, and then fifth, right? So I spent all that time making that look pretty before the game. Anyway, on this first hill, what you want to have happen here is that you force them to spawn the furthest point away from this hill without them being able to look at it. And for the most part, that means that it's going to be like a back A kind of a spawn, because from back here, the only place that they can go to look at the hill directly is going to be through Mangler Door. But if you've got a guy sitting at the back of the hill, like back at this little point right here, he can't be seen. So what you're trying to do is get them to spawn into A, get them to spawn back gold, because gold, like the two spawn points you're going to want to have them have is like back A, back gold over here, maybe even like, you know, top gold. Because if they're spawning on gold side and you're up on numbers, again, similar to oddball and capture the flag, you want to be able to have one dead before you're like jumping in the hill. You don't want to let them know where you're at, and you want to be able to help your team, because if you're in the hill, you're really not able to help them all that much. But if you're in the hill and they're on gold, you can kind of hug this wall down here and they can't shoot you at all. So that little spot down there, like gold is going to be bad for them, and then even A. You want to try to control this spot right here in on C plat, and then have somebody like in white. So you'll have someone like, oh, I can just use these. You have someone like on C plat. You can have someone up in top white. You can even control like a sneaky or triple stack somewhere in here, and the last guy could be on hill. So you can have something like this. You could have somebody underneath top glass. Like this is kind of a setup that you could have over here, right? So you can have C plat, you can have white, you can have the guy up in gold or in glass, and you're gonna be forcing them to spawn because you'll be blocking this one now. Like a back gold and an A. And then this is kind of what you want to have. So the idea you want to have on this map or on this hill is get off of A side, get off of gold side, and try to focus on controlling this side and this side, as I'm just drawing all over this. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So as you're spawning in though, like if you get an A spawn, if you get a gold spawn, you need to be able to fight off of that spawn, and when you get a pick, push over to the other side. And you don't want to be jumping into the hill until you've got numbers there. So
I always thought you had a regal air about you. Now to prove it. Another one put down. Hill ready.
So I like how aggressive you are off the start here to get over there. Unfortunately, you don't see the guy who goes into white. I'd like you to be able to see the invis there to try to help get that, but at the same time, I do like that you pushed all the way through there. You're getting control of this C side right here. You've got 2 dead on their team, 1 dead on yours. And you're setting your team up here now that off spawn. They're gonna be having this. This is a really good opening here. Clean that guy up. Nice. Let's get some shields back here, and then we'll start playing for spawns that should be spawning in A.
This accolade is well deserved.
Nice. I like that.
Enemy team took the hill.
All right, so what do we do off the spawn here? So we spawn in on A. You know that guy was running over. He was from white, running over to C plat. I'm hoping that you're using your death cam there. So you're getting off of this. Let's get hill guy out of there. Most importantly, because that's how they win the game, is to score. Huge win there. Now they're out of there. So, ouch. Get our shields back a little bit there, but that's okay. You should still have a gold spawn here though, because your team's on that. Yeah, your team's on that side. So I would be a little bit, I'd be a little bit slower here. Oh, it's not that part. So this part right here. So I want you to get off of gold, but you're not looking. So you look over towards this part of the map. You're not getting a whole lot of information. When you get this spawn right here, I want you to look over and see what can we see here. We got a guy underneath who's shooting at triple stack, so you could help get that kill. And then the next guy is going to be under blue. You could help on both of these kills. And then know that you can just, if you've got 2 dead and it's a 4v2, you should be able to run across the map pretty easily. You don't have to worry about getting shot out in the open because your team's going to help you team shot that. So you could actually, instead of having to clear out long, you could run across the middle of the map here with your teammate and then get to C. You've got this great, I know I want you to get off of gold, but you still have this spawn here that you can look around and get some information for your team. And you're running over into this corner over here without being able to see anybody. Can you see that?
Yep.
So like, I like the idea though, like you've got it in your head, I need to get off of gold, but you can also, before you just run off of it, you can get some information there to play it a little bit better there. And so you could know what's going on. You also have a dead teammate over here and you're going like full chow in here without having any other teammates.
Enemy team took the hill.
Now, unfortunately, that guy's dead. You guys are down 2, so you need to play this super conservative to try to keep him off a hill, but keep these spawns.
Another one put down.
There we go. Get your shields back. You got, so since you got a guy dead right now, I need you to get control of this map instead of going for hill time. Now you guys don't have anybody up on C plat. You're gonna give this up. And you got that guy dropping in there. You guys are all super low right now though. And so if you've got them all dead, everybody should be able to tell, hey, I need to jump on this hill. So you need to control those deaths a little bit better. Well, now we're just taking over the A spawn.
Active camo inbound.
I'll give you props. You are being super ratty here and you're staying alive, which is impressive.
Your team about to
But similar to like last week when we were talking about that strongholds, you're making this game a lot harder for you and your team by getting off of these. I need you to control the area a little bit better. Like now you're on the C plat, so this is a huge spot that you can control this while your teammate is scoring. You can chill here, and then if you need your shields, you can kind of back up. Yeah, you need to be aware of that gold spawn, but they're all up right now. They got one guy dead, sorry. But even if they got one dead, if you're getting shot from Whirlpool, he's still gonna have a back A spawn or back gold. There's nobody who's gonna be up there just yet. Nice. All right, let's talk about the second hill then. You got any questions about that first hill?
I do not.
Okay.
I feel really confident in how I typically play that hill.
Okay. I mean, I gotta give it, like, you had a really good ratty play right there. I just I want you to see that, like, when you're pushing in on that A guy, if your guys are dying and you win those fights, you're gonna force your team to spawn in on A there, and not giving up the C1 so quick. And also just off spawn, get some more information for your team before you just go running in there. That could have been a different fight, the original one. So this hill a little bit similar. You can have a guy up on top glass. You can have a guy in the hill. Your other guy, I don't want you to be in this hydro area. A lot of people want you to go here, but this fight, one, it puts you on the outside of the map. You don't have any visuals here, so you're not able to help anybody. But if anybody pushes back there, you're not going to have any help from your team, and if you die there, you just put your team at a disadvantage. So this whole area I would just avoid and try to get sight lines on it. Same with being up here like in white. You can send someone there. I would rather have someone sneaky right here. So you've got glass covered, you've got sneaky, and sneaky will be looking this way towards the guys who would be pushing through here, and then you got a guy in hill. The last one, and this is a really cool spot, towards bat ledge or on grapple, because as they're pushing out over here, either across, if they're spawning on A and they're running across and they're jumping from the bridge to triple stacks, they're running across bottom mid, they're jumping up, you can play for camo, and then once they push through this little choke point here, you've got sight lines on it. And so people use that spot a lot, ledge, and this grapple, I love this ledge a lot more. This is but once your team starts dying, you need to start rotating off of this. So if you have something like this, you're looking around, okay, so we're scoring it, they're dead, we're blocking all these spawns that they might have a back blues kind of spawn, but they're gonna run bottom mid and get melted by you, or they're gonna run up top hydro and get melted. But if they're coming off of A, you have a lot of angles here. From here, you can also run back into back gold or red pipes. You can jump up on the bat ledge, anything like that. But you've got help over here from your glass guy. You can help over on secret, and then this last guy's gonna be scoring it. Now once people start dying though, you do need to rotate off of that. So if like your top glass guy dies because he gets melted, you need to jump up into bat ledge and get a crossover to there, either back way or front way, just to be able to hold on to this, because ultimately you want to be able to hold on to glass. It's a super important spot in this. The last spot I would be going to is grapple if everybody else is already there, because you're blocking all these other spawns. Does this kind of make sense?
It does.
Okay. I love it. Nice, let's chow this. Damn. A little weak there when we went out, but that's okay. Perfect spawn. No. You had a great spawn up there. You got guys already covering this. You can start looking for the next fights. So that entire fight, I want you to be able to see this. This entire fight, you get this spawn up here. If you look this way, your team doesn't really need help this way, but you can peek out over here and you can start getting people as they're coming out. Or you could even, you're gonna have this guy over here. You could even chow, you can drop down like batteries and fight these guys, but you need to hold this spawn right here. You're kind of an anchor point up here. Once your guys start to die, you're gonna have this opportunity to fight for this spawn, because if you can stay alive here, you're gonna give your team this back gold spawn right here, which is gonna get them into the fight quicker. If not, they're potentially gonna spawn into A or red pipes over here, which is gonna be the furthest points away from that hill. So instead of dropping down here and running over to where they're already dying, you can help them from afar over there. Because like right now, now everybody's dead and you're kind of caught off in the middle, and now you're in a position where you got to fight all these guys. Ultimately, that just sucks.
Yeah.
So now you got this A spawn. So yeah, let's do what we do here. Now you do have time on the clock for this hill. Oh boy. Damn. There's a lot. So this is like something that I want you to start seeing. So I oh boy, sorry. Come on, man, really? Off the spawn, you're gonna start to feel this, that you have like a split second. Here's what I need to do. The more that you get into these situations and you start to put together what does it mean to play Halo. I've always said, I've said it's like a bunch of building blocks that you're kind of putting together. It's a whole bunch of different situations. And so when you're off of this spawn, you know that your team's dying up on gold. You get this A spawn and they don't have a lot of hill time. Off of this spawn, you need to get your team in the game and you need to start getting them some real estate to be able to work with here. And so like going over into control, going top A here, anything over there just to help get them some positioning so when they spawn in, they're not just getting ripped off the map. Going bottom mid's not going to help anybody with any of that. And then unfortunately you're in the middle of the map right now getting shot at by pretty much everybody. So if on the spawn instead you jump up top and you're like, okay, there's a guy on top gold, I can start to shoot that guy and back him down. And then when your guys are spawning in, now that he's back down, they can get over to Whirlpool and they can get over into white without getting shot at. And then you can make that move towards bottom mid. I'd rather see you go like Whirlpool, but I mean, then you can start making that move out of there. That's just a good nade on his part. Anytime there's a guy in batteries, you can just bounce that nade there. Now off your death screen, you can see you got 2 guys dead and the last guy's jumping in there. He's about to be dead, so you're gonna come off spawn and you guys are gonna be 3 dead. So it's incredibly important again that you're gonna get positioning. However, in this spot, because they're about to score, fuck this hill, get ready for the next one. You're probably gonna spawn A, hold that A down so that you guys can start scoring off of that and get some positioning on the map. So you got this gold one. Bat ledge is going to be okay. But you got to know that situation there. If you look at this at the score now, I know you're trying to go over here and play towards this objective, but they're close enough there, and you guys were 3 dead. You need to just let that one go. Get to the next one. Sitting bat ledge is going to be okay there, just so you can get the crosses and whatnot. But I would rather see you go into A to get ready for that next hill, so that when your teammates spawn in, either you're scoring or they're starting to score, and then you can kind of spread out from there. But now you're gonna go over here. I hope you clutch up on this. Nice. But now you're gonna have to fight back across the map for control here. Oh, we saw that.
No, you didn't.
Does that all make sense though? Like off that sequence?
Yeah.
So, and like last time when we were talking, I was talking about the Dunning-Kruger effect, where like the longer you be, the more persistent or the more competent you become at something, the more you're gonna doubt yourself. You're gonna start to see these situations, and you're gonna spawn in, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna have like this split second. Here's what I need to do. And the importance of going back and looking at film is being able to go back and go, hey, I had this intuition to do this. Did it work out? If you go back and look at this clip, you'll see on that last one, I spawned in on bat ledge. I ran over to try to get the hill to like stop it. I died. That's not a good play. And then you can go, okay, the next time that happens, what do I do differently? I spawned in on bat ledge. They're about to score it. Let me go over to A. Let me hold this and see how that plays out. I think it'd play a lot better. You're going to spawn in your guys similar, like in around you over there in A and in red pipes makes the game a little bit easier on you. I don't disagree here. There we go. Put some shots on these guys. You got 2 guys up above. Huge. All right. It's important we stay alive here. That stinks. I like that you're trying to stay alive here. So the importance of this spot right here is that as long as your teammates, and this is where it gets really hard to play matchmaking. There's 4 of you on a team. So if everybody's playing perfectly, you only need to be doing you're like 25%, right? 25 times 4 is 100. So if everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing to get the victory, you're all doing equal amounts, right? Your equal amount right here is that you are able to hold down this angle that anyone who pushes into A is going to get shot by you. So if they're pushing in from bottom white, you're putting shots on Mangler guy. If they're pushing in on top Mangler or on oh my god, what is this called?
Overpass.
Overhang or whatever. If they're pushing over this way, you're putting shots on these guys, right? And they're gonna know that they need to shoot you too, and so you're gonna have to back down. This guy right here needs to kill you, which is what he's trying to do. But your teammates need to be able to push in there and then clean up the guys who are on overhang and clean up the guy on bottom Mangler. You need to have another guy who's like on bat ledge helping out, or a guy in whirlpool who's helping out. If you don't have the teammates who are helping you out, there's only so much you can do here, but you need to play this position correctly. And you staying up here and shooting and just trying to stay alive is the correct way to play this. It's unfortunate that you get focused down. It just stinks. But you know, that's that. And then your 2 guys die in there. There's not anything. There's not a lot else you could have done there, other than I guess maybe stare them down and try to dodge those nades or whatever. But you played that position the way you're supposed to. Now we get this spawn here. All right. Good look. Good look. So you did try looking over there. You knew that there was a guy there. I'm glad that you did that. Was there a guy behind you? Okay, no. All right, so again, you got three dead. You're gonna come. Oh, yeah, you got 2. All right, so you're 3 dead. You're about to come off this spawn. They're getting this one, so we're just gonna go to the next hill. Yeah, that sucks. This hill.
A 4-stack, dude.
Probably it's infecting everywhere. I didn't go over that last hill, but really what you just want to have is you know, someone in the hill, someone whirlpool. You got a guy glass. My dog is just barking upstairs. Good lord. And then your last guy can be kind of like back gold, like bat ledge, something like this, or top A. So this is kind of, it's similar to like the eyeball hold on A. This is what you're looking for in a setup. You got your guy on A who's gonna help, guy on neither who's gonna help, and then your guy on glass who's getting all the crosses. For this other hill down here, this fun one, I'm gonna go beat my dog. This one similar to the second hill. You're gonna want to have like a guy secret, guy C plat.
Excuse me, sir.
A guy on grapple.
Is that a threat to go beat your dog?
Well, no, I'm not gonna go beat my dog. She's just annoying.
No, I was about to say, is that a hint towards subscribing to your OnlyFans?
Oh no. No. This is gonna be kind of the what you're kind of looking for on this hill. So you're gonna have the guy in the hill. You're gonna have a guy like C plat or secret, and then a guy in white. And this is what you're going to be looking for. So you can kind of control where they're coming in from, and you guys are all doing your thing. Again, this grapple guy will be last up, getting all those shots across it. Even having someone like on bottom stacks is a good one, but this is kind of what you're looking for in this kind of a situation. Let me go. Okay, give me 1 second. I got to tell her to shut up.
was threatening to make her into Chinese food.
Sorry, the neighbor's outside playing catch with his kid, and my dog's like, "Oh, I gotta yell." Okay, whatever. All right, so let's see how we.
Like I said,
Like it.
Yeah, that guy just egos the heck out of me. I was not expecting that.
He does. That's what we call a piv. It's a pivotal fight. You got to win those. I'd almost like on that spot right there. I'd rather just see you just not attack him. So you got a guy on secret who's kind of helping you, but not really. It's like that guy. I mean, this guy back here, he's okay. If you don't peek this door, he can't shoot you. So like right now, I'd be turning to help these guys see where they're at. Because this entire sequence, we went from batteries into long haul. We have no idea what's going on bridge and whirlpool, which are going to be two. Like, this is the side of the map that they're going to be on. If you look at where your team's at, there's an easy line that you can draw here visually. If you just look over, that you guys have the left half of this screen, they have the right half. Although there's a guy like right there. But that would tell me that they're going to be like whirlpool and they're going to be an A and possibly white. And so if you just turn here to push with your team, you don't need to initiate this fight just yet. That guy's going to go absolutely nowhere except for onto the hill. And if you go in there without any help, you're going to be fighting him one-on-one. You have to win that fight. So instead of putting yourself in that situation, you can turn and kind of put the brakes on a little bit, see where your team's pushing from, and then go in. Especially as you put, I mean, you've talked about your reticle placement before. That is one thing we maybe I need to start looking at that. So like right here, you don't even have a repulsor. I don't know why we're looking at the ground right there, but like that guy right there, the only way he's gonna chow you is coming back there. You should just be at his head level, ready to go.
I was gonna nade that angle.
Oh, that stinks. So our team is trying to force a spawn here. So we got an A spawn. So from here, playing towards it is a nice idea, but you could also get some angles here for your team. So going like a whirlpool to see if you can shoot the guys who are coming on through long. You see a teammate over on long, so you can start to. What you're gonna visually see here off this spawn is that you got a guy in long, you've got guys in bottom blue, and you're here in A. So you're not spawned near the guy long. You're not spawned really near the guys in blue. So there's guys around you, other than the camo guy. But gold is all the way open right now. Glass is open. So like those two angles right there, there could be somebody. And then even like over on long. So like those are the areas you should be looking for. And you could push over instead of towards white, condensing the space that you own. You could go over towards whirlpool and start helping your team over here. Like, okay, where are we pushing at? Can I help this long guy? Can I help him push out anywhere? Is there someone who's going to be spawning top gold, just dropping batteries? Like, what can we do here? And instead of consolidating there. So like as soon as you spawn in here, boom, you're looking, you got two guys down in blue, you got one guy across from you. Like you need to own this, get some kills from right here. I'd be running over towards whirlpool a little bit, because it like fuck this A spawn, because you see like from here it's really awkward to be able to get over to hill. So like they don't want it, you don't want it, just get off of it. You could go over again towards whirlpool, like grapple, shooting at this guy. You can, and then you can like take up this angle right here. And now you own this spot. You can help your team out, and you didn't condense like where you guys are at. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Like that's like a little thing, and like for me, it's really hard. It's really hard for me off of spawns to know like always where to go. because I'm always like, oh, I need to play to my team. Oh, I need to play to my team. But there's also times that you need to be like, okay, I can help my team from afar here by getting a different angle or helping them out. Nice. Nice, and don't drop. Never mind. Go to secret. I like that. You helped him from afar, and then you got this positioning. You can just chill here. Nice. Nice. And now you're owning this area. Okay.
Enemy team took the hill.
I mean, you did pretty well there.
Enemy about to
Be able to help them from afar, and then trying to hold that secret down. Again, you're trying to do your 25% over here. Your teammates are just kind of flying at the hill. You also need to notice that, like, in this rank, guys are just flying at the hill. So you need to kind of dictate, here's where we're gonna own, so that we can move around this map and not let them just kind of run around willy-nilly. You got two guys dead. This is a great spot that you can just kind of, if you were just chilling up there, kind of help them. You are flying in here.
enemy team score. Hill
We need to start slowing down off a spawn and evaluating where we can do some damage. Okay, this is a good glass spot. Similar to that A-hold. Oh boy. Similar to that A-hold, you being able to be up here in glass is going to help your team out. So you need to be able to hold this. Okay.
Nope, don't eat the vibe. You don't see this.
All right.
A-hole, I'm thinking of the dude that went in front of that frag.
I just mentally, what I can tell here is you're trying to do too much for your team.
Dude, I am solo QA.
I know. I can
tell. I mean, the whole time.
I can tell. So when you walk out here, watch how many different angles that you check. So like on this angle right here, there's instantly you need to be looking at grapple, and then you need to be looking at bat ledge, and then you need to be looking up towards top gold. And these are like the ones you need to hold. And then once you're done with those ones, this little cubby here is actually super sweet to just be able to look at red pipes in this other guy. And it's in this, and you're tucked in that corner enough that they have to come over to grapple to do damage to you. So if you get into this corner, you're really just trying to fight this guy right here. But when you come out, you're like all over the place. Like, oh, I don't know. Like you just have no information from yourself. You have no information from your team, which is going to be normal because you don't have probably good comms with them and your solo queue. But you have like no idea. You don't have a good like idea of what you're trying to do here. You're checking the middle of the map there. You throw these two nades. You're face checking that guy, and then you jump out half shield. Okay. Rat it out. Get your shields back. You see your team? Okay, so spread out. Oh, this is good. This is good. I love it. That stinks. You're doing a lot of right sticking there. Do you see that though?
Yeah.
On these cross maps, this is a huge skill gap. Once you line up on that wall, stop touching your right thumbstick. If you start to get outgunned by this guy because he's de-scoping you, and you touch that right thumbstick, the sensitivity difference between zooming in and zooming out is gonna throw you off that you flick off of him. Right here is just an easy wall, is just a jiggle peek on the wall, just to keep shooting him and keeping him at bay. You can easily win this if you can de-scope him and get him to flick his shot, or just back off. Like he's not gonna be able to run across the map and do shit to you. You can just back off here and start looking towards this guy, or taking a different angle here. It's unfortunate that all of you are looking towards there. At that point I might drop down like on A or something else. Like you're looking at this angle too long for your teammates not looking at you. But again, you're just trying to get this cross on this guy, and he's your focus right now. Like that, those little jumps right there is what I'm talking about. He's now forced.
I was on my way to check that angle.
Yeah,
or something.
it's unfortunate. I mean, your team's not looking at. They're all looking at the same spot, which that stinks. But nice. The old Desperado. Not a lot else you can do there. So I'll let this play out. So like for the okay, so what I'm seeing for the most part is that like, in the gunfights you do a really good job of being hard to kill and being pretty squirrel. Like you got enough map awareness to be able to run around and like take different angles and change it up. Huge improvement there. We just need to start taking angles and positions that are going to help more than just ourselves and help our team, which in some cases is going to mean you got to slow down a little bit and think, okay, scoring wise, where do we need to be holding here? Should we just give up that hill and go for this one? Maybe your team yells at you. I don't know. There's not a lot you can control there. Or is there a different angle that I can take to look at my team, look at my teammate, team shot someone, and move on from there? There's a lot of times that you're like right on the cusp of not only just like you've got the gun part of the game down pretty well. You got to start getting the mental game and the mechanics of it for like spawning and map control. Once you can start making the map work against your opponent instead of having it like an uphill battle, you're gonna easily start ranking up here. And I think if you just slowed down a little bit off your spawns, or we'll go back into games that you lose like that one and go, okay, what did I do off these spawns, and start just looking at just your spawns. I spawn in, where am I going, and see how that sequence plays out, because a lot of those ones that you spawned in and ran, I think the wrong way, like you ended up putting your team in a bad position and then losing that objective. And I think if you just took a step back and went, I'm gonna go a different way, or I'm gonna take just a second, let my team, you know, kind of set up themselves or start moving out here, and I'm gonna help them from a distance, or I'm gonna help them from a different angle, I'm gonna keep this space for them, I think your games would go a lot differently.
Is there anything good in the shop this week?
Does that make sense, Nova?
Not. Yes.
Okay. There's a lot of there's nothing, it's all old stuff. There's a lot of moments where I can see like, okay, like I know what you're trying to do here. I think it's a little too heroic. We need to dial that back a little bit. I do like that. I mean, off the spawn, you are always running in a direction to you know, do something. You're not like hesitating, because a lot of people start hesitating and overthinking it. Don't do that. Just, okay, this one didn't work out for me, I needed to go a different angle here, and you just take those different angles. I think you'd be just fine there. Okay, and last one, Vibrant, you have any questions? You awfully silent. All right, good talk.
Just enjoying my time here.
Wonderful. All right, this is gonna be a doozy. This is gonna be a doozy. All right, James, so we're looking here, because you lose in overtime. Okay, so you have you're doing pretty good on damage. Okay, teams are pretty balanced on damage. Oh, there's a discrepancy in the shots fired here. Damn. Just shoot your BR a little bit more. We'll see what that looks like. You had one betrayal. That's not good. Okay. So for the okay, all right. Let's get into this one. I can already tell you from those those TikToks that I saw, I'm gonna show you kind of like positioning wise in that situation what to do there, because I think instead of going for like the ninjas are flashy, great, you got those kills. I think there's some positioning there you could have done better, that would have led to a flag cap instead of
quick, look at that guy's name. That was the enemy team.
User is banned.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. James D117. All right, before we do this one, I got to make a quick announcement. Oh, what's up, Loyal? And Monkeys. I didn't see you guys join. You guys are so quiet.
8:45, damn it.
Hi, monkeys.
You got to leave, James?
No. I got to start and get ready.
Okay.
That's all that is.
You're not naked in the classroom, are you?
No. What? Driving to catch up on drugs.
Oh, okay.
I don't get the option to drive. But I get to sit and pay attention to class, so.
Good. All right, are you watching?
Yeah.
All right, good. For the most part, I like your start there, that you're holding down different angles to make sure that they can't push up. I think you guys got camo there. Wonderful.
No.
Right there. That sucks. Oh, this is gonna be wild. You guys are running the goddamn flag. Okay. One this goes for everybody. One habit I want everyone to start getting into is when we are 4v4, we are playing for positions in a pick. Once we get that pick, we need to start getting positioning on the map. We need to push up. We need to get towards the middle. So once you saw that first guy die on P, I need you to push up into utility to push out. Unfortunately, they were already in your base. That sucks. And that's because your team doesn't have any positioning there. But that's all right. Okay, so we're running out after this one. We're in a standoff right now, so we need to be getting positioning here. You've got a great spot here on car. I need you to keep that car spot and not jumping off right here. So you're in a lock. Okay, can I show you guys right here? Aquarius CTF. So on this one, on like CTF, I'm gonna put you guys are blue team. I'm gonna put the spawn points in red real quick that you need to be worried about. These are pretty general. So there's 5 of them on this map. Okay, for the most part, you're gonna have the primary ones. I'm gonna divide this up into thirds too, just so you can kind of see this. Okay, so the primary ones are gonna be your utility spawn, your fridge spawn, and your back flag. And as long as no one's blocking these, if you kill them utility, they're gonna spawn either fridge or flag. Once you kill them on fridge or flag, they're gonna spawn in whatever one's open. If you block utility, they're gonna flip-flop back and forth between fridge and flag. And if you guys are pushing up into their flag, you're gonna potentially give them a P1 or a car 2 spawn because of how far you're pushed up. When you are playing an objective game like capture the flag, you need to control 2/3 of this map before you can start pushing up to get a flag. And so you've got the first third is your side, the second third is mid, last third is going to be their side of the map. Technically, you cannot run a flag if you only own your side and their side. It's actually impossible to grab the flag from that far away. However, as you are pushing up, I want you to favor this car side up on top. That is car, right? Yeah, it's car. I want you to favor this car side, and as you're pushing in, I want you to control car 2, their utility window, and then P2. And as long as you've got this kind of a setup, the fourth guy should be able to swing in, grab this flag, run it car underneath. This way, because on Halo 2, this would have been a carbine. It kind of looks like midship, and so this would have been the carbine spawn, and carb is short for carbine. We're getting deep with the lore, and it makes absolutely no sense, but anyway, we call that car side. So you got car 1, 2, and 3. Car 1 is on the ground floor here. Car 2 is on dino spawn. Car 3 is up on the top in between the connectors. So when you're pushing up, I want you to focus on this car side up here and get control of car 3, their utility. And then another guy should be pushing up like their P side. And once you've got this, if you can see right here, you control easily this middle third here. Because they're not pushed up on your side, you now control this side. So you now have 2/3 control. Once your guy pushes up here to grab the flag, you can run this route where he's going to drop down to brick, down to car 1, over to your brick, up, and then score. Okay? when this is happening, if you're doing this correctly, the only spawns they're gonna have are gonna be these 3 right here, and you need to be aware of those ones that they could potentially be able to spawn up underneath car or underneath P side, sorry, on P1. But once you have this kind of a control, you can push up. So as you're pushing up, I want you to get to car, and if you don't have anybody else up here, I need you to stay there and try to start getting slays or push up into their utility and put shots in their back. I don't want you pushing up to get a flag pull just yet. Your teammates already doing that stinks. But anyway, now you are in a standoff, and so if you got this spawn in utility and you run up onto car 3, I need you to be able to stay there until your team can start pushing up. This guy was 1 shot up on P2. You can easily shoot him with your BR from over on car 3, and you can stay there until your team can start to push up. So if you can control this, make it your own. You're like, I own this spot right here. You are not getting past this whole area right here. You know that your flag guy is going to be safe. You get those picks, and then you can start pushing in to go get this flag. Does all of that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
it does.
So because I know you're hyper and you want to get in there and get these kills, I need you to start pumping the brakes when you guys are in these kind of situations and start getting control of the map. I'm gonna hold car, I'm gonna hold P, I'm gonna get control of this top mid, this middle area right here before we start flying over there. Because you gave that up and you're now on brick, you guys don't really have any positioning on this map. I need you to control that so that your team can have an easier time pushing in. All right, so we got that kill. Let's see what's going on here. Now you're gonna escort your guy back.
I whiffed all those shots.
You hit most of them. That's all right. I mean, you needed to shoot that guy. All right, so now where are we at? They got control of P side right now. You know that. Oh boy. Oh, he ate that. What a dumbass strat. I wish I could play against that guy. All right, so they're getting that read. So in this kind of a spot right here, I need you just to fly P. Don't even go to your side. There you go. Start shooting at this. Are you? Do you know what the floor is lava is?
Stay off the floor.
Yeah, I want you to imagine that all your games the floor is lava and to stay off of the bottom of the maps.
I got down there to get that grenade throw like that.
All right, we got nice.
Get it home, Spartan. Active camo inbound.
Flag return.
They know where we are. You're exposed, Spartan. There are eyes on you, Spartan.
All right, there's a lot in this sequence. For education. So when running the flag, you actually don't need to look up as much as dramatically as you're doing there to get it to go. You're gonna get more. So do you guys know the point of running the flag? Why you throw it and then pick it up and throw it?
Get it further.
But why do you get it further? Do you know the specific mechanic reason?
To get it faster. Back to
Because
main.
it's because you're not over encumbered.
Yes. So when you pick up the flag, you take movement. You get nerfed for movement. Like your movement is declined. But the game has a momentum mechanic in it, and so if you jump and pick up an objective, until you hit the ground, they're not going to slow you down. So the idea is you jump over it to pick it up, and then you just release it in midair to throw it. So you don't really need to flick it up as long as you're picking it up while jumping and you release it while you're jumping, because you're going to keep that momentum. So that'll help your aiming here, that you don't necessarily need to flick it up quite as high as you're doing there. Just the timing could be a little bit better. So that's the first thing. Second is, like, when you get challenged right there and you got to fight for this thing. You got to fight for the pick here. So you guys are like in a 4v4 right now. I don't think anybody's dead, and you guys are just running this. So whenever you're touching this flag, you're at a disadvantage. You can't help your team out. So you need to drop this and fight, get that pick, and then run it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I thought about that at all. I
They
was
know
just
where
trying
we
to.
are.
And that's all right. I mean, you're starting to get to a lobby where people are going to start to think objectively. Unfortunately, I mean, this is lost at this point. But like, if you look at it, a lot of people get into this mindset of, oh my god, the flag's out, we gotta fucking run it, we gotta go, we can't, you gotta hold on to the flag, you gotta go. But then they die and they're putting their team at a disadvantage here. And then like, if you die here and then your team starts dying on it too, you're just letting the other team get up and kill so that they can run a counter cap. You need to have the confidence here to go, I'm getting shot at, I'm gonna drop it, I'm gonna slay, at least until one of my teammates picks him up. If you start shooting at somebody and your teammate's picking him up, you're full shields, but you could probably start running it from there. But you need to get that first pick so that when you are holding the flag, you're technically down a guy. It's a 3v3. Your team should be able to fight from there. Have the confidence that you're going to win these gunfights and not lose the flag. There's a lot of people who mentally just are like, oh my god, we got to run it and, you know, not give up the flag.
Also, this was
Okay. See, now everybody's dying on it and you guys are dead. And because you got this spawn right here, what does that tell you?
that they're more than likely across from me and on our base.
Correct. They're blocking your fridge, your flag, and your utility. This is the only flag, the only spawn you could get. They're going to get this stop. At this point, I'd be looking to go P2. I'd be looking to go out my front brick just to get the shots. I got to kill the guys on my flag. I got to prevent them from running it. But I also have this great spawn here where I can be at the middle of the map. I can control this so that my team can start to push out once we get those slays. You have to kill the guys on their side of the map, but because of where you're at, you can also keep this positioning here. Nice! It's like I spoke to you in the future!
Enemy flag returned.
Now this is what I was talking about at the very beginning where I said that there's thirds to the map. You guys don't have control over 2/3 right now. Get off of their side unless you're gonna put damage on them. But like where they're at, they haven't got any picks. They're all on your side. You need to stay P2 so you could help your team out before you push up. Don't be worried about I'm staying. Like if you're in the middle of the map and you're not pushed up, you're gonna open the map up so you can have that opportunity to be able to push in. You staying back right now is only just gonna hurt because you're not in the fight. They're in a 3v4 right now and you're not able to help. And you see, so like this is like their setup right now is pretty perfect for this. They got a guy P2, they got a guy car, they got the other guys in utility who are dying, but they're getting ready to push in. If we go back over to here, you are looking dead at, make sure I got the right side. So you got two guys here, got one here, you got one here. I don't care where your team's at right now, but you're on their flag. So if you look at this, like they've got control over P, they got control over car, they got a guy utility. All they're gonna do here is get a slay, grab this flag, and then they're gonna run that route I just told you. This is, you need to recognize this. One, don't be grabbing this flag, but if you get over to their side like this, you can put shots into these guys. This guy now has to rotate all the way around to be able to fight you and your team, so you're like in a good spot in that aspect. Same with this guy, that you have to live here to help make sure that they can't get a cap on you. If you can you see their setup right now from that? James, can you see that? Let me here. I'll flip back over to here. So if you're on this screen right here, you can see before you hold this flag, you peek this corner right here, and you can see two guys in front of you. They got control over P and car. This is not a flag that you should be pulling at all. Oh, I know what you were doing. This is a bad habit that you need to break as quick as possible. You had this great spawn down here. You get up to P from here and you hold this until your team can push up. You gotta own this spot and slay enough and put enough damage on people that your team can now push up. There is absolutely nothing that you're gonna be able to do where you push into their side and run, you're not gonna run that flag. And if you are able to run this flag, you are in such a bad lobby that you should be just ashamed of yourself. Like that's. They don't know how to play the game. If you can run over there, grab that flag, and and run that. But if you get this piece spawn right here, you're gonna have to chow this guy who's gonna come up there, and you're gonna win that, and then you're gonna wait for your team to be able to push up, and then you push up with your team. Like, you're not playing with your team right now, and that's bad. Like this is like on that last run when I said, hey, a lot of people get in this mindset where they're like, I can't lose a flag, I can't lose a flag. Like, that's you're just desperating at this flag, and you're at the very beginning of the match. You got 9 minutes left. Like, play some solid Halo, get your positioning down, work with your team, and play for the objective, and you'll win this. You're trying to force too much right now. I absolutely hate that you guys are gonna score this flag. Like, that shouldn't. I know that worked. I just want you to get that out of your head, that works. That's a bad habit that will keep you in diamond. That might not even get you into diamond. That's gonna keep you where you're at if that's how you're gonna play Halo. Like, that should be shut down. Those guys should have killed you. First of all, that first guy on car should not have died to you. I mean, you just had really good shots there. Wonderful. But like, you got to get that habit out, like, now. Yeah, get to the middle of the map. Help your team push up. You got to work with your team there. Get this P spawn again. Let's go. P2. Okay, I don't disagree with this, because this guy, you gotta get him off your flag. Okay. Nice. I love it. Get your shields back though. Damn, that's crazy. I like that initial play though. Like, you saw that guy was gonna go to your flag. You need to get him off of there, so you go back in and make sure he's off. Wonderful. Play the car side. Let's go. Floor is lava. You had a really good position there on that flag, and you were doing so good there. You were checking all those angles, trying to help people out. Then you just gave that up.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
That's all right. We're all learning. I think floor is lava is gonna help you a lot though, if you just kind of think that. Like, 9 out of 10 times, having the high ground is gonna be your friend. Like, even that flag right down there, there's no, like, the only way they're gonna get it is if they're like way out of position here. Nice. That sucks. That's all right. Wonderful. Look back towards your utility. There was a guy there who killed you. See how we're pushing up again without our team?
Yeah. Damn it.
Like, if you just slow down, like, this is a team game. Like, if you just slow down just a little bit, I'm again, like, the desperating thing. There's gonna be a mental block that you have where you're like, I'm not moving, I'm not helping my team. But if you're just throwing yourself into a position that's not helping your team, like, gain an advantage, you're just giving them a disadvantage. Like, you're not in the fight with them. They're not getting the support in the different angles to push out of the base. Like, you're not helping them. Whereas if you stayed up top mid or helped them push up, you can then use them to push into their base and get this flag. Like, you got to get that fundamental down and that basic of, I'm working with my team, I'm working off these spawns, so that you can refine that and get better and push up higher into diamond, later into onyx. Like, you gotta get that. If you got a clear open spawn like that, you need to turn around and help your team out.
See, I'll play better that way when I am with people, but my biggest issue is when I solo queue, I play like this heavily.
You gotta play more like a, you gotta play more like conservative. Nice. Stay up here. That was nice. Let's get control of this. Nice. Okay, here we go. I mean, you're going in to get this. That's all right. Oh, it's gonna be huge. Oh, damn. He got the. Oh, that sucks. All right, I liked the idea there. You saw that you needed to get in there. You tried to get the flag stop. You got that kill. Then you're like, I got a pick here. Nice, you're helping your team here. I want you to work on one, the floor is lava, and two, playing off your teammates a little bit. Like wait for them to push up a little bit. That was amazing, James. You put your Eagles wings on. I love it.
Well, I still remember when you said I wish I had the confidence to drop off of B-bound.
Yeah. I was trying to kindly say, hey. All right. Perfect, Nate. Let's get up. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Did you know that guy was there?
5 minutes remaining.
Enemy flag carrier revealed.
Got some golden retriever energy here. The guy's confused. All right.
I tried to cut him off.
So in this kind of a position, okay. When you get over onto their side like that, you got to be able to turn around and put some shots into them. You can be kind of ratty there, like staying at the front of their base, staying in fridge. I'm glad you came back over here. This is huge. This is huge. Get this cap. Let's go. Do you see how much better you play that when you come back to your team and you're looking at the angles? You come back, you go onto a power position, you're looking towards the objective, you get 2 kills, and then you're like, I'm solidifying this. I'm gonna justify why I'm up here and make sure that the enemy team can't push from here, and you're just helping them out. You see how that works out?
Yeah.
I need you to do more of that. Stop flying onto their side before your team's there. Let's fucking go.
Camo inbound.
I almost want you to send me a clip of you just not fucking pushing into their base. Look at this.
Okay.
You are getting kills here. You got the you got the power up. And before we get into the ninja clip, that's what I want. Like, that's what I saw. Instead of like running across over there to go ninja the guy on P2, like you could just stay car, BR that guy, push up here, and just keep putting shots on these guys instead of doing the ninjing stuff. You can just hold this area here and dictate where people are going. You have a good shot. Fucking use it. Like you're just running at people to pummel them. That's what was going through my head.
Enemy flag reserved.
Nice. Okay, good. You're not gonna reveal where you're at. Wonderful. I mean, that's not gonna take a rocket scientist to figure out where you went. There's only so far the really slow walking camo guy can go. Ooh, you didn't see the one shot in their utility? That's unfortunate. You're trying to force something there. If you're paying attention to who you're killing, you would have known that you were blocking utility spawns. They're gonna spawn there. Stop trying to pull the flag too early. You guys got to play for a pick first. Play for positioning, play for the pick, play the objective. Huge. You are just chowing those guys.
I was trying to make things difficult for them.
I hear you. All right, so we're gonna get up here. This is the 3rd time you've done this. Let's see how it plays out. The same way as every other time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of death cam in this this area, whole area down here, this whole courtyard area. There we go.
Yeah,
Enemy flag.
Yeah.
this is that clip.
Enemy flag carrier revealed.
I mean, that one, okay, cool, you got that, wonderful. But like the fact that you dropped down here, start shooting this guy. Just start shooting this guy. You're gonna pull yourself out of a good spot.
Ninja. Ninja. Double kill.
Because you got camo right now. So like this is what I'm seeing. If you had camo here, okay, and you shoot this guy, you kill this first guy, and then you start pushing like through their utility, and then you could potentially grab that with a little bit of camo and get back to utility and start running it instead of dropping down there. Like I just being down there is just not where you want to be. You want to be up. That guy would have grabbed it, but he's still gonna get shot by you and your other teammates as they're pushing up there. You're doing too much and you're putting yourself in a bad position. That's just bad Halo. You got 3 ninjas out of it though. I mean, that's it's a funny clip.
Well, the reason why I went straight down is because I knew our flag was under us, and I saw him, and I knew there was a guy under me, and I was afraid they were going to try to continue to run that.
Of course, but if he continues to run that, similar to if you guys don't have picks, he's gonna run right. Like the only way he can go is right into you. So he's either gonna come up front where you're gonna shoot him in the back, or he's like, hey, I'm gonna run to utility, but I already told you should be running to utility. And so he's gonna meet you in here. Like you're gonna get that kill. If you can't get that kill, you shouldn't be in this game. It's really just as simple as that. So they're trying to desperate run this because there's no time on the clock. You can kind of play that to your advantage and just play with them from up above. Look at this. I mean, it's just out BRing people. Goes for the ninja. Did you even make him one shot?
I don't even think I even got the chance to try to go for the ninja. I think that dude just pummeled me the moment he got up there.
Oh, I saw it, James. Don't worry.
I don't even think I had time to react.
I think this is it, isn't it? Oh no, this is forward. Okay, all right, this is just forward. That's all right.
Enemy flag carrier.
No, I don't disagree with being down low because you got camo now. Like, there's just a time and a place for. Oh, let's go. Like, there's a time and a place for each of these. Look at this. Look at this. Wonderful. All right, so what do we?
Ugly.
I'm okay with you dropping down here because you're going to get those kills and you're still pushing up. See, there's like times where you can go down on the ground, but like when you're doing it constantly just off the spawn, that's just not what you want to be doing there. All right, you go up there, you get that guy one shot. Your team doesn't clean it up. That's okay. See how your teammate now is just going up there, giving them a free kill by pulling that. Now you guys are off spawns again. It's a 2v4. You got a good spawn there just to push up to car instead of coming back to your side. I want you to start thinking push to get up to at least mid and help your team push out of your base. Because again, we're trying to get to that point where we're controlling 2/3 and we need to be able to get the middle third first and then push onto their side. I'm still waiting for this betrayal. Did you betray someone on purpose?
You missed it. It was right at the start of overtime. It was accidental. I was trying to frag the guy in bottom.
Oh, okay.
Teammate, and I didn't even know he went all the way over there. He just ran right into that frag.
I need you to be not allergic to mid right now, though. You're playing super defensively, and if you overplay, like playing defense, if you ever hear someone say we need to play defense on our flag, 9 out of 10 times they're gonna lose that game because you need to be pushing up and getting them. You need to get them into a spawn trap. You need to be getting them off spawns. You need to be killing them, getting area on the map. There's hardly ever a time where playing back in a tied situation is gonna be the play. Evil Monkeys is online.
Enemy flag carrier spotted.
returned. Enemy flag returned.
See, I don't disagree with that one because you're moving to get up. All right, let's chill here until your team can start getting up here. I'm gonna start looking. Yeah, so put a couple shots into someone and let's start looking for the next one. You got a teammate pushing in, but you got a guy dead on your side. So yeah, you need to look back towards this. All right. I mean, you're staying alive though. I don't disagree with that one because you're trying to get away from that guy.
Flag returned.
They've taken our flag.
Trust. Damn.
I don't even think I knew I had thrusters right then.
That's all right. So so that's just how that's gonna end. I think a couple takeaways, James. One, floor is lava. Stop jumping off like bottom mid. Hardly ever like that's gonna be the good position. I want you to stay up. I want you to stay in a position that's considered power, where you have levels on people that you can help get angles on, you know, your teammates, help them push up. And then I want you to stop pushing up so quickly into their side, which is like the opposite of what you're supposed to be telling people. That like you should be pushing towards the objective, but you do it so aggressively that you're not in the fight and then you die. And I would consider that all death time. The entire time that you were over there not shooting people, like at the beginning of the match when I said, wow, you didn't have as many shots fired as other people, it's because you're on their side of the map not doing anything. So before you push over onto their side, let's get your teammates up there. And if you get a favorable spawn or you get into a position where you can start like looking at their objective or their side, turn around and help your teammates also get up there so that they can kind of help you. So those are the two things I want you to start working on. Is one, not over pushing, waiting for your team, pushing with them, and two, floor is lava. Stop jumping on the floor like that, and just, I mean, especially off the spawn. Like your spawn, you literally spent 10 seconds at a death screen, spawned in to curb slide off and die again. Like, stop. Do something more there, right?